And I like there's a heartfelt moment where we have the Gorgonite. He's like, "Oh man, I hope to see you farewell because I'm gonna die now. Goodbye." Ayo, tits.
Hey, I'm Areolas.
We're doing small soldiers. What was the first time you were exposed to small soldiers?
Man, probably as a kid, I remember just loving this movie as a kid because I was a boy in the demographic target of it. How about you?
Someone requested me watch this. I've actually never heard of this before.
Really?
And I watched it and I was like, oh, this is a cool idea.
No, ahead of its time. It really was.
They're essentially G.I. Joes.
Yeah, over the top GI Joes that come
Yeah.
to life.
Oh yeah, I like them.
And then the company that they're part of, what is it? Globotech reminds me of Amazon because they're wanting to own everything. Like they
Yeah.
like legit own everything.
Yeah, and they're like, well, it seems like they was it like the parent company of this toy company is like a military people, and
Mhm.
the toy company just got bought by them, and so they're like the toy company's like, all right, what are we going to be making that's going to be epic, that's going to be cool, right? And then the grand idea of what if we just make toys that play with you? I'm like, okay, that sounds like it would be a bad idea if done wrong, but that might be an okay idea, you know?
If done right, this is gonna be the biggest thing that could ever potentially be. A toy that plays with kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're like, okay, we got this grand idea, we're gonna send it out, and they like mass produce it, but the chip that they use is a military grade chip, so I guess that means that the toys think they're in an actual war, and it's like, oh boy, they're gonna find ways to like find sharp weapons and such.
No, that's exactly what they do. The main, I guess, the main story is that kid, his name's Alex, I believe. His family owns a toy store, and they get the toys early before release date, but they're all into like older toys or classical wooden toys, and so these army toys are kind of causing a ruckus with him in their business.
Yeah, it seems like the we got the son and then we got the father, and the father's like has a store and he's an idealist for sure. He's like, I don't want to influence the youth with the bad toys. I'm like, bro, that just means you're losing money because the toys, those children are just going to buy the toys anyway, but since you're not supplying them, they're going to go somewhere else.
Hmm.
So it's like he's losing money being idealistic, and this kid, he's like, well, I want to buy a truckload of these toys early. I want to. It seems like he like buys a couple of toys and then like he convinces. I don't know if like they were supposed to get these toys, but he convinces the delivery driver, "Hey, let's get a couple of these toys. Let me get you some money. It's gonna be an investment, right?" I'm like, okay, this kid's already thinking business like. He's gonna succeed in the future.
And he's also trying to get with a very young. She's not that young. She's Kirsten Dunst, but I thought she was hot when I was a kid.
Mm.
Checking her out in this movie. I don't know if that's still valid now. If I'm allowed to check her out if I was the same age as she
How old
was
is she?
in the movie.
Yeah.
Probably like 15,
How old is
14.
she and as an actress?
As an actress, she's probably in her 40s.
Now or in the movie?
Oh, in the movie, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no. I have no
I mean, like, I was about to say a 40-year-old playing a 15-year-old. That's it's really stretching it.
I mean, that's what they used to do back in the day with Grease, right? In fucking the movie Grease, they had like John
They're like in their
Travolta,
mid-20s, right?
yeah, playing like high schoolers and shit.
I mean, that's closer than a 40-year-old playing a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that's still
Uh,
pretty funny though.
yeah. So of course he has these toys, and he discovers that they're alive and they can learn. And he talks to one of the Gorgonites, which is like the enemy of the soldiers. It's just like a peace-loving planet who thinks that they're from a national park. They're like trying to go home, and we got these doofuses. They're trying to get them. Pew pew pew. And I'm like, so the designers of the toy, they made it so that the enemy, like the bad guys rather, are the humans, and the good guys are the alien guys. Like just within the fight, if you think about like the reasoning and such.
Hmm. But I mean, that's how it is in war, I guess, right? Like the aggressors are the good guys. I mean, look as us in America as how aggressive we are in war, and we're always the good guys, even though we're the bullies. You know,
Yeah, I guess so. I haven't studied up on war. I don't know anything about the wars. Um, I
know
do
that
find it.
a bunch of
I find it.
wars are started by women, from what I've read.
Aren't they all? There's
Most of
always
them.
a woman behind it. I bet the guy who shot that dude that caused World War I, a woman was talking to his ear. Hey, you should shoot that guy. You should totally do it.
And the other guy was his wife was like, "Hey, you should let that guy shoot you."
Yeah, exactly. Like, or maybe she was like, "Hey, can you get me like a dessert or something from out like from that cafe I love?" She probably sent him out, and then he dies because he was sent out. But if the woman didn't want that piece of cake, then that guy wouldn't have died, and World War I wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, probably had cake at home.
Yeah, the bitch was like, "Oh, I want something else."
Oh, you died. You didn't bring me cake, you piece of
Yeah,
shit.
she's only thinking about the cake.
Fat bitch.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, this where were we at with the
Oh,
uh
so he has the store full of those toys, and the toys tear up the store because they all end up getting out of their boxes. I'm like, wait, you guys didn't make toy-proof boxes? This seems there's a lot of poor planning on the developers' parts because a lot has gone wrong, and they didn't even hit the market.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still not even past the date where they're gonna get released yet. No, they're embargo, whatever you call it.
I find it funny that like I think it would be normally like okay to just ship stuff the plastic and the plastic because it's like you know how diamonds are just as strong as diamonds and you can't like cut diamond with diamond,
Mm-hmm.
but you can cut diamond like a softer mineral with diamond. So it's like the same hardness level, but like with the military chips involved, it makes it so automatically the plastic is just cooler and therefore is just going to break out of the box. I mean, they did design it to have them break out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, you want them to break out of the box. Do you have a timer set or do you have it on demo mode? And then if you take it out of the box, then you can put them back in the box after you've switched it from demo mode to on, and then you put it in the box, and then when did they break out of the box? So it seems like a lot of logistics that they didn't really consider at all.
No, it was a lot of like they should have did this through what is it, R&D a little bit longer before they shipped them out, but that they had a deadline.
Yeah, I mean they did, so they did it, and of course, I feel like yeah, you got the deadline, but is it going to be the best product ever? I mean, when it comes to toys, I feel like you should consider all of the factors before shipping it out, even if it's delayed. You don't want it accidentally killing a child. And luckily, that didn't happen. It could have, but it
Oh
didn't,
yeah,
which is nice.
this
Like,
is very close.
you got the Gorgonites, they're very good at hiding, and then you have the military dudes. They progressively find more and more deadly weapons. I remember the scene when they're in the garage and they're like, "Look at all these weapons." And I'm like, "Oh no." There's like saws and like nail guns, hammers, like just the worst thing. The toys shouldn't have a saw cuz that's sharp like a knife. I'm like, "Oh god."
No, and these are like things that you can find in your parents' garage. Like, they're like if I was watching this movie and I saw these toys playing with sharp things, I'm like, "Oh, I could get access to those sharp things too." Like
I
I
want to
don't
play
know.
with this I want to play with the saw.
Yeah,
I
with
think
my
it'd be a fun
dad's toys.
experience. What does the saw do against my arm? Why does it hurt? Oh no, I'm bleeding.
It's just a scratch. No worries.
Tis a scratch.
A mother's kiss will do. Will fucking heal that wound.
And there's like a whole battle in the street now. We have all the toys. They've escaped. They're becoming big in numbers. They're like, we're going to get you, Gorgonites. And then they proceed to destroy everything that they can get their hands on and also come across. They find ways to destroy buildings or parts of buildings. And like, these are toys. Yeah, you shouldn't have toys that could play with you. Or at least rather I feel like I don't know if there's like a chip that's tame enough in the existence of this world that could safely play with a kid.
Well, yeah, you would need to make it less aggressive, not an army toy that only knows how to kill another toy or anyone that's trying to help them.
It's the military chip that's like giving them power. If they had a normal chip, it would just be like one of those tickle me Elmo dolls, and you don't the toy doesn't play with you at that level of chip. So I feel like in order to get the level of sentience they have to necessarily be a military chip, and that won't work because they're trained for war and someone will die. So the idea of a toy playing with you wouldn't work because you necessarily have to have a military chip.
I wouldn't want, yeah, like a tickle me Elmo with a military chip. I wouldn't want it trying to tickle
And
me
it's
and
just like,
shit.
tickle me. That's like what it's like with a military chip. It's
No,
aggressively wanting you to tickle it.
dude, tickling is like it could be a form of fucking torture. I imagine just tickling someone to the degree of a military person tickling someone.
Oh, you know what? This kind of reminds me of the small soldiers. They remind me of like Chucky dolls in the level of intensity that they have. Like the Chucky dolls are like, but the Chucky dolls are murderous. So are these toys. I don't think they're like intentionally murderous, but they will end up killing people.
And the Chucky doll, well, I don't know what you're going off of, either the remake or the original, but
The original. I've
okay, the
only seen the
original,
first two.
because the remake, it's AI gone like rogue, but in the originals and
That
in the
sounds like
series,
Befrigan.
yeah, in the originals, it's that murderous dude who puts his soul into the doll. So it's like you got magic and voodoo involved into it rather than
Yeah,
AI.
right. That makes sense.
But
Um,
yeah, this
I
huge battle ensues.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like how cool it is. I mean, if it was an actual war with actual people, it would be terrifying. But because of how small the scale is, it's like, this is actually kind of neat to watch. This is like a this is what the type of entertainment you'd find at a mall or something. Just
Yeah.
just watching it, enjoying it. It's like, oh, this is neat. This is cute. Not
It's almost
realizing that they could kill you.
it's almost like watching like battle bots. Like I'd be scary watching huge robots fight, but watching like little robots saw each other and blow each other up. It's pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
the stakes are lower. You know.
I do like how they have to clean up the mess though. They're like, well, I feel obligated to clean the kid feels obligated to help clean up the mess because he started this. And it's like I gotta get somebody on HR right away. The toy company. Hey, your guys came to life and they're like destroying everything. Well, thank God we didn't send it out to the mass market, even though they printed like a ton
Hmm.
and they sent it to stores for them to sell. I'm just like, you couldn't do one testing. You couldn't do one testing. You were that low on time. It seems like you guys need better time management skills. Hire a new manager. Oh, where you at though?
Oh, you were saying well the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was a huge battle. Let me see. This. Oh, they couldn't do one. You mentioned they couldn't do one testing of these dolls like before they were sent to mass market. Like they couldn't test it once.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's just standard procedure.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be.
It should be. I mean, I hope it is now after this incident that happened.
And what'd you think of? I mean, we're still like talking about the movie, but like the graphics. You know, they had some puppeteer, some puppets, and some CGI. The CGI wasn't too bad considering.
I, I mean, I did notice when it was CGI, but I felt like a lot of it didn't really feel like it. It was a lot of puppeteering, and I thought that the
Hmm.
puppeteering was really well done.
Hmm.
It was done by a professional, and I like that.
Hell yeah. No, it's I don't know what happens at the end. So they get into this huge battle. Um, they need a EMP to destroy all the dolls, and then those Frankenstein Barbies that the fucking soldiers made, and the kid. I don't know why they sent the kid. There's adults there who could go up and fucking do the EMP, but the kid goes and then has the transformer explode, cause an EMP, and fucks up the chips.
Yeah, and I like there's a heartfelt moment where we have the Gorgonite. He's like, "Oh man, I hope to see you farewell because I'm gonna die now. Goodbye." And then he gets EMP'd and they're all dead. And that was the guy who was like really nice and helping them.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the Gorgonite leader. And I kind of
Archer.
felt sad at that moment, but I'm like, you know what? I'm glad they're not selling these toys because I don't want these toys getting into my tool shed and stealing them, stealing my tools, stealing my screwdrivers, unscrewing things that shouldn't be unscrewed, just tearing the whole house apart. That would be terrible. That'd be a terrible situation.
Absolutely no. It'd just be terrible overall. Not even for like a dangerous thing, but just annoying. Like, quit fucking taking my utensils and fucking unscrewing screws.
They
God
stealing my
damn it.
butter knives and they're like stealing it, using it to try to cut me, but I'm like, bro, it's a butter knife. And they go right at the right angle. I'm like, ow, that hurt. That actually cut me. Have you been cut by a butter knife?
With the little serrated edges slightly.
Yeah.
I think I've been maybe like nicked with a brand new. It had to be brand new butter knife when I was like,
I've been caught by a butter knife a few times, not gonna lie. It's just I go fast, like just by accident. Like it's like it goes really fast and it's like kind of like a paper cut. It's really annoying.
well, you got like the buttery skin. I'm trying to compliment you. That didn't come out
Buttery
complimenting.
Yeah, my face is full of fat. Thanks.
You can tell I'm not as social as I used to be. You skin is like butter, smooth. I don't know, something
Some
like
people say I have a butter face. Does that count?
that. No, no, no. You
Ta-
don't. You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. So yeah, that was pretty much the movie. I mean, the Gorgonites end up living at the end because they hit under a satellite and they
Yeah,
go off on a boat to Gorgon or wherever they think they exist.
off they go. Well, they're peaceful, so it's okay for them to live. But for the people who are supposed to look like the military, they're very aggressive. They're not allowed to live in this universe. The toys specifically.
Exactly, and
Yeah,
that's a good moral to the story, I guess. Be a
be
good guy.
peaceful. Yeah.
Hmm.
What would you rate this film?
Man, I'd give it at least a 8. Like I still really like it. I liked watching it. I look at it as it now as an adult. Like, man, that kid really got hurt. Or I see it more cautious on the cautious side now instead of the action being an adult. But it's still a good movie. I still love watching it. What about you?
That's fun. 7. It's fun film. Uh, there are a lot of moments like where I'm like, wait, what? Why is this happening? But overall, it's a pretty good film, and
Yeah,
I felt it's just enjoyable.
no, I like Kirsten Dunst as a cute. I'll keep saying underage. She wasn't underage when I was that age. She was of age to me when I was watching this movie as a kid.
She's older than you.
Yeah, yeah. So it works.
Yeah.
There's math to it. It's fine. It's fine, everyone. I'm not creepy. But we have a game here. I called it "Everything Else Is Just a Toy" because that was a slogan in Small Soldiers. Everything else is just a toy.
Everything else.
I'm gonna. I asked Grok again, my good friend Grok, to generate some pictures of games, and you're gonna guess what game it is that's generated.
All right.
Let's see here. Do you know what? Do you know what game this is?
Monopoly?
Yeah, I love
Wait,
that. I love
wait,
that
what
news
is
phrase.
this like? Wait, what's the prompt again? Just get generate the game that it is?
I think I put generate the game, but in real life.
Oh.
I think that's what I put, and they
I was
got
about to
this
say
like,
like there's a ton of Monopoly things. They could probably just like grab a promo image. They don't even have to AI it. They don't have to
yeah,
create it.
no, they needed to pull this dude out of the dumpster, the melted
Dude,
flaming
that
dumpster.
guy's face. His lips are where his chin is supposed to be. What is up with him?
uh, good old Monopoly. Yeah, Monopoly's cool. I guess it's just a game.
That's
Oh,
boring.
next year.
What is
You know what
this?
toy this is? This is
It's a toy?
supposed to be a representation of a toy in real life.
Is this like clay?
Hmm. There's a very popular type of clay name brand that exists. It's like one of the number one selling toys of all time.
Moon sand?
Okay, Elon, and no, you're not Elon.
I mean, I like moon sand. I don't play with a lot of clay.
Silly Putty. Do you remember
Wait, this is
Silly
silly
Putty?
putty?
This is
Because
supposed to
it's
be Silly
silly?
Putty.
Silly putty does not stretch this evenly.
No, Silly Putty's only pink too, if I remember correctly.
No,
It's
there's
like,
different colors, silly putty.
oh, okay. I remember in my days, the vintage days, Silly Putty was just the pink color, and you could put it onto the comic strips, and it would absorb the ink off of them, so it'd be
Oh,
like mirrored. Yeah, that was always fun.
yeah, that's cool.
That was always fun. Do you know?
Isn't that a
What,
GI Joe?
yeah, this is GI Joe. I think it still kept the Monopoly prompt. That's why it has all this stuff back
A
here. But yeah,
Monopoly stuff.
GI Joe, GI Joe, good job.
Hmm. Cabbage Patch Kids. That's quite a visual representation.
Did you ever have a Cabbage Patch?
No, I know
No.
I was never into dolls. I was like,
Is-
dolls are lame. Dolls are for girls. I want to build like with Legos. It'd be
That's cool.
cool. Yeah.
No, I think I had like boy dolls, not like GI Joes, but like Ninja Turtles and like Toy Story. You know, when I was a kid,
Okay.
love Toy Story. Do you know what this is supposed to be?
Why is that Rubik's cube cut in half on that one?
I don't remember. Oh, I think I told the prompt, can you do a Rubik's Cube holding a Rubik's Cube while doing a Rubik's Cube? Something like that.
Well, yeah, but I meant like the other side where you have the one that's split,
This one?
like the little, like where it's coming from. You have that yellow that's like split in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what is that? Like a door?
I don't know if this is supposed to be sexual. I don't know why it elicits some sort of sexual prowess to me.
I thought porn wasn't allowed on AI.
It
Grok,
is
get your
when
shit
you're
together.
dealing with Rubik's cubes,
Yeah,
with math. Do you know what this is?
a Hot Wheel.
Hot Wheels. Hell yeah. Dang. Good job with that. Do you know?
Playing politics.
Exactly. No,
Legos.
Lego, good old Lego Trump. He's building America back, brick by brick.
And then it's gonna get torn down in 4 years and then never brought up again.
Nope. That's
No.
when everything's gonna end. Right there,
Yeah.
4 years. Do
What
you
the
know?
fuck? Are these Barbies doing a satanic ritual?
Actually, yeah, that's like almost exactly the prompt I put in. Barbie's doing something satanic or yeah,
They
no.
drew it wrong. Not coming.
It took a lot of prompts to get it like decently looking. They didn't look like Barbies at first. They looked like Bratz dolls almost, and I wanted to look like Barbies.
AI's never taking over.
I don't know why AI thinks that Bratz dolls do more satanic rituals than Barbie dolls.
Because they're brats? They're a bunch of brats.
Well, I know where anyone can go to have a brat summer, a brat winter. They could have their bratwurst.
Bratwurst?
Get it nice. Where can they find you, Mint? The
well,
people?
everything I do is at autisticboobs.com. I do daily movie reviews at youtube.com/AAC Presents, and that is where you can find me.
Wonderful. And I do a daily podcast called That's All Funny. It's available anywhere podcasts are available. Comes out every day. I do a show with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe, where we talk about wrestling. That's available anywhere podcasts are available. And this show with the wonderful Mint Salad every Tuesdays. Check it out, Tits and Areolas with Mint Salad anywhere podcasts are available, and on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Lorenzo Areola. I want to thank all y'all for listening. Thank the wonderful Mint for being here. And y'all take care. See